Hey guys, I'm back, and I thought I would show you a different kind of video today. I've been doing mainly hauls, but I thought I would go over my favorite dog books. That way if somebody wanted to know what I read, or if you're looking for a good book, you can maybe check these out. Before I start, I just want to show you my sweatshirt. My husband bought this for me, and it says, "Shopping is my cardio." I am obsessed with this shirt. It reminds me of the Mindy Project. She has a shirt like this when she's doing like that whole running the marathon thing. Okay, so anyways, let's get into the books. The first three books are, let me, before I start, say that I'm not trying to brag or anything, but when it comes to dog books, I am a complete nerd. I have probably like 150 that I've read or reread, and out of all of them, these 7 books that I'm going to show you are my absolute favorites. So to be that good out of that many books, that's saying something. So I'll start with the series by Deborah Wood. And these are geared towards small dog owners. She owns Papillons, but I mean these will apply to all small dogs. And it's called Little Dogs Training Your Pint-Sized Companion. And basically it just goes over things that a lot of it can be applied to any breed, but a lot of it is also specific to small dogs. For instance, she teaches a command called lift up, and if you're a large dog owner, it might not be that important, but if you have dogs like Chihuahuas or Rat Terriers, Yorkies, any of those tinier breeds, things like lift up could actually be like a life-saving thing. And what it is you'll be walking along, say there's a dog off leash or a dog that you don't know, something like that, approaching. You say lift up, the dog freezes in place, so it's easier to pick them up. It's not like all like skittish and going around. Like it teaches them to stand still. Mommy's going to pick you up. And it actually it comes in handy. The next one in that set is called The Little Dog's Beauty Book. And let me just say, I got these at Target, but it was probably like 8 years ago. So it's been a while. If you wanted to find these, I would try Amazon, because sometimes the older books on Amazon you can find for like pennies. Alright, anyways, this is the Little Dog's Beauty Book, and this is just like brushing, clothing, carriers, strollers, just like fun, frivolous type things, The grooming isn't frivolous, but I mean things like strollers and stuff, they're just fun things. And I know that lots of people don't agree with that. I do have a pet stroller. I bought it for when she was a puppy, and for we go to things like pet expos, it's easier because I don't want her down on the ground like mingling through the crowds. For her safety, she's like 4 pounds, and my boy is like 7, so they could get stepped on, and I mean, that's not something I want to happen. They do, when we go outside, they do walk on their own. They're not always like carried and pampered, but when we're around crowds, it's nicer to have them up off the ground where they're safe. And then Macy, she's my girl. She is 9 now, so she's getting older. Chihuahuas do have a long lifespan, but as she gets older and she can't walk as far, I want to still be able to take her and have her enjoy things, and the stroller will come in handy then too. Alright, and then the third book in this set is called The Little Dog's Activity Book, and this just goes over games you can play, activities you could teach them, like therapy training, agility. Small dogs can do agility. I have a setup that I built out of just supplies from like Home Depot and Lowe's, which maybe I'll show you in another video if you're interested. But that basically, this just goes over that. Alright, the next book is called Dirty Bow Wow. And this book has nothing to do with like training or any of that. This is just one of those like feel-good reads. And it's a tribute to dogs and the objects of their affection. And basically what it is, it's a book full of dogs with their favorite toys. And you can see from the cover, it shows them with their toys, like, I'm sure your dog has a favorite toy, and it's the one that has patches of fur missing, its ears have fallen off, its arms, you've re-sewn it, you fix it, but that's just what you do. So yeah, I picked this book up because I thought that was great, and Macy has a toy like that, so I actually stuck her picture in the book. Too much spare time, right? It's her and her Purple Man, and that's her favorite toy. And that's her sitting in front of the window with him. And then I put a little excerpt in like everyone else had. And it says, Purple Man was given to Macy on her first Christmas, and they quickly became inseparable.
In fact, when her mommy and daddy bring home a new toy, she sniffs it, then runs to find her old favorite, Purple Man. One of Macy's favorite bedtime rituals is to carry Purple Man to bed with her and groom him until they're both fast asleep. And Purple Man now, she's had him since she was a puppy. He's missing fuzz. I've had to restitch him a couple times. I had to replace his squeaker. But like I said, at nighttime, she goes around the house, she finds him, she brings him in and puts him on the pillow, and he has to sleep with us. And that's the only toy she'll play with. You buy her a new toy, 10 seconds, no interest. Alright, the next book is called Dogology. And this one, What's Your Relationship with Your Dog Reveals About You. This is also more of a fun read. It does have some good points in it. Basically what it aims to do is you take personality quizzes to figure out what kind of an owner you are, whether you're looking for a buddy or whether you're looking for an exercise companion, things like that, and then it helps you to decide what breed would be good for you. Because if you're looking for somebody laid back to watch movies and TV, you're going to get something like a French Bulldog as opposed to a Border Collie. So it kind of tries to help you do that, but it's more of a fun read. It's not so much scientific, and that's one of my favorites. So this next book is my absolute favorite. It's called Dog Parenting, How to Have an Outrageously Happy, Well-Adjusted Canine. And this is one of those books that I just happened to see at a discount store, like a Marshall's or TJ Maxx. I'm not sure which one. But yeah, and I got this probably 7 years ago. And this book, it gives you ideas on how to enrich your dog's life and make it better. Some of the stuff you take with a grain of salt. Some of it you're okay, yeah, that would work. I know there's one section in here about car rides, and it talks about letting your dog look out the window and stand up and look out the window and enjoy it. And I wouldn't do that personally because I want my dogs to be in secure in a crate in case something happened. God forbid. You want to be safe. But I mean, just because she does something doesn't mean you have to do it. But there's other things to give you ideas. For instance, Chapter 6, Making Sure Your Dog Has a View. And then the whole chapter basically talks about making sure that your dog can look out windows and enjoy stuff. Which, I mean, if you got bigger dogs, it may not be as much of an issue because they can see out the windows. But for people with smaller breeds, like me, I have Chihuahuas, I make sure that I have a chair pushed in front of the window and then a perch up on top of it with blankets and stuff so they can sit up and look out. Because if you couldn't see outside your windows ever, your life would be really boring. And I try and keep that in mind. And it just gives you a bunch of other ideas like that, having toys, keeping beds in different rooms, things like that so they can have a change of scenery, fun things to do, And then the last book I've got here to show you guys today is called The Dog Lover's Daily Companion. And it's 365 days of tips, tricks, and techniques for living a rich life with your dog. Basically, this is one of those books that you, a page a day type book. And what happens is, it's got the little red tag. I'll just start on day 1 to give you an idea. And then here we go, Monday, day 1, a dog's first year. And then you would read that page and it describes to you, so every day you learn something or you do a project, and they have it broken down into days of the week, what you do. Monday is Dogs 101, so you would learn a lesson like that, the dog's first year, or something health related. Tuesday is table manners and training, so you'd learn a trick or something. Wednesday, playtime and exercise. So they give you a game or a goal of go for a walk to a new place, something like that. Thursday, grooming and healthcare. Pretty self-explanatory. Friday, housekeeping, cleaning. It gives you little tips and tricks. Those types of things I take with a grain of salt too, because I don't like to use a lot of cleaners. I use vinegar pretty much for everything. I use vinegar because I realize the dogs are walking on the floor and then they're licking their feet. So anything you put on the floor is going directly into their mouth. So vinegar is it for me. I mean, you can feel free to do what you want. I know I'm over the top and I'm weird, but that's just how I am. And then Saturday and Sunday is bonding and relationship building, and it just gives you ideas. Sometimes there's projects you can do or just something to read, but it's kind of neat. to keep on your nightstand and just like, you know, read it before bed or read it when you first get up. It just gives you something like every day to make your bond a little bit better. So, like I said, those are my 7 favorite books. I would recommend getting them on Amazon, getting them used. If you're not familiar with buying used books on Amazon, they come in excellent condition, almost like new, and most of my books that I've gotten from Amazon have been like I said, pennies. And then you pay, I think it's like $3 or $4 for shipping, but still it's way cheaper than getting in your car, driving to the bookstore, and then buying a book for like, this one would have been $20. So, I mean, that's just to show you this. I think this probably ended up costing me under $5. And sure, you wait a couple days for it to ship, but that's not a big deal. Alright, so I'm going to stop now before this goes on forever. If there's anything else you want to see, maybe I'll keep doing videos about dogs. I've got a couple of ideas, things that like to do in the winter to keep them busy, or different like puzzle toys, things like that. But if you have any suggestions, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I hope I can do another one soon.